Do you want to have more willpower? Do you want to be more resistant against your cravings? Do you want to quit your bad habits for good? Do you want to stop procrastinating? Do you want to have more self-control? If so, then you have to read this book. You will learn about willpower. You will learn how important it is and where it comes from. You will also learn how willpower works and how you can make it stronger. Having more self-control improves many aspects of your life. With strong willpower, you can have more success and happiness. You can handle any problem that comes your way. You can aim for higher achievements. Everything you need to know about willpower is in this book. To clearly define what willpower is, you can remember 3 phases. The first is, I won't. It is using willpower to resist temptation. For example, I won't eat another pizza, or I won't buy from the sale, or I won't smoke cigarettes anymore. The second phrase is, I will. It is using willpower to do what you really need to do, even if you don't feel like doing so. It is using willpower to stop procrastinating. For example, I will wake up early, or I will finish this task today. The third phrase is I want. It is using willpower to achieve what you really want in life. For example, you are tempted to eat junk food, but you remember that you really want to have a healthy and fit body. Or you are feeling lazy, but you remember that you have to work hard. Because what you really want is to pay all your credit card debt. In short, willpower is resisting temptation, pushing yourself to do what needs to be done, and moving towards your goal. Another term for willpower is self-control. Imagine yourself in East Africa 100,000 years ago. You are one of the newly evolved Homo sapiens. You have an erect spine and you know how to use fire. You use sharp stone tools to help you eat buffalo meat. You only have a few survival techniques needed in life. 1. Find something to eat. 2, find a mate and reproduce. And 3, avoid being eaten by predators like huge crocodiles. But there is one more important thing you need. That is to maintain a good relationship with your tribe. You would not survive out there in the jungle on your own. That is a common trait we share with other primates and mammals. So you can add number 4 on your survival list. That is, be sure not to piss off anyone. Living with your tribe requires you to share and cooperate. That means you cannot take whatever you want whenever you want it. The tribe will expel you if you stole somebody else's buffalo roast, or if you mated with someone else's mate. Remember that if you get injured or sick, you cannot hunt or gather for your own food. You're always going to need your tribe's help. The point is that how to win friends and influence people is as important today as with the Homo sapiens 100,000 years ago. Even in the prehistoric times, you needed to help your neighbor fix his shelter. You need to think again before you say, my friend, that loincloth doesn't look good on you. Now and then, Homo sapiens need self-control to survive. That is why we developed willpower. We need to control our urges. We need to cooperate, fit in, and build long-term relationships. Willpower is what makes us more human. "100,000 years ago, willpower is what differentiated us from other animals. Today, it is what differentiates us from each other. Every one of us is born with the ability of willpower, but some people have stronger willpower than others. They have more control of their emotions. They have more control of their focus and their actions. People who have stronger willpower are better in all aspects of life. They have a happier outlook and a healthier body. They have more meaningful and stronger relationships. They have more success and wealth. They can manage stress and deal with any kind of problem. They can rise up to challenges. People with stronger willpower even live longer. If you want to change your life, you may start by practicing your willpower. Because if you master your self-control, your relationships, career, finances, health, and personality will all improve significantly. Where exactly is willpower located in our brain? It is in our prefrontal cortex, or the region right behind our forehead. The prefrontal cortex deals with focus, thoughts, and feelings, but mainly, it is concerned about controlling your actions. It is the part of the brain which commands the body to do the harder things. There are three regions of the prefrontal cortex. The upper left side deals with resisting temptation. The upper right side deals with taking action or stopping procrastination. The middle and lower regions deal with your goals and dreams in life. So even if the other regions tell you to eat more, buy more, or smoke more, the lower region of the prefrontal cortex should prevail. Without the prefrontal cortex, humans will not have self-control. Here is an interesting story of a man who lost his prefrontal cortex. Phineas Gage is a foreman who works in railroad construction. His boss considers him the best foreman. The guys in his team like him and respect him. He has many friends. They know him as someone who is calm and responsible. Phineas is 25 years old. He has a strong body and a strong mind, but one day, all of that changed. It was a normal day. Phineas and his team were clearing a path for the railroad. They were using explosives. It is Phineas's job to set up each one. He has done this 1,000 times before. It is usual procedure to use explosives to clear the road. But that moment, something went terribly wrong. The blast happened too soon. The explosion sent a 3-foot iron rod right into Phineas's skull. The steel bar went through Phineas's left cheek. It pierced his prefrontal cortex and blew off. The steel landed 30 yards behind Phineas. Now, you may think that he was immediately killed. But no, in fact, his team said that he didn't even lose consciousness. The men laid Phineas in a cart and brought him to the nearest clinic. The doctor did the best he could to put back the pieces of skull and seal off Phineas's scalp. He fully recovered 2 months after. At that time, Phineas did not feel any pain anymore. His wounds were healed. He could function normally. Phineas even got back to work. Everything seemed okay, except that his co-workers noticed something very different about him. Phineas became irritable. He would easily get angry. He became impatient. He could not stand it when someone contradicted his ideas. It was like Phineas was already a different person. Before the accident, Phineas was a well-disciplined and strong-willed man, but he lost his prefrontal cortex. Because of that, he lost his self-control and willpower. The old Phineas was gone. We are all familiar with the fight-or-flight instinct we have. It is what protected Homo sapiens from the saber-toothed tigers in East Africa a long time ago. The fight-or-flight response starts with the amygdala. It is the part of your brain which sends the signal of danger to your entire body. Your lungs breathe faster to send more oxygen. Your heart beats fast to pump more energy to your muscles. Your whole mind gets focused on responding to the threat. But there are no more saber-toothed tigers anymore. Today, we are facing a new kind of threat, and we need a different kind of response. Imagine one Sunday that you are walking down the street. It's a nice day. The sun is shining and the wind softly blows on trees. Suddenly you smell freshly baked donuts from the nearby bakery. You are attracted by the aroma and you go to the store window. There displayed is your favorite chocolate-glazed donut. It looks so delicious. It is even decorated with candy sprinkles. You instantly remember your childhood. Before you know it, you are already entering the store. You already forgot about your diet. What's going on in your brain now? What is the response of the body? First, your brain is taken over by the sight of reward. Because you saw the chocolate donut, your brain releases a neurochemical called dopamine. It gets sent to other areas of your brain which deals with focus, action, and motivation. The dopamine sent this signal to your body. Must have a donut now or die. That is why you barely notice yourself entering the store. At the same time, the sugar in your blood drops. The brain tells the body to lessen the blood sugar. This is because once you eat donut, it will cause a sugar spike. Your blood sugar becomes low, which is why you suddenly feel shaky and anxious. It makes you crave for the donut even more. But wait, there's still time. You can still back out. You still have time to think twice. This is your secret weapon against the new kind of threat. This is willpower. The threat is not the donut. It is also not the baker. The new kind of threat is the loss of self-control. The fight or flight doesn't apply here anymore because this instinct brings you back to your primitive urges. You need self-control to prevent yourself from being harmed in any way. If not fight or flight, then what is the response? Psychologists have found out that when you need self-control, the brain and body changes to keep you away from harm and help you resist temptation. This is the willpower instinct, which is called pause and plan. The fight or flight instinct kicks in when you face an external threat. The pause and plan instinct, meanwhile, kicks in when you have internal conflict. It is when you want to do something that you know you shouldn't, like, for example, shouting at your boss or having an affair with the neighbor's wife. Internal conflict also happens when you know you have to do something, but you are too lazy to do it. Like, for example, waking up early, going to the gym, or finishing a project. Why is internal conflict a threat? It is because your mind is urging you to make a bad decision. It is urging you to do something you will surely regret. So what you need is to protect yourself from yourself. That's why you need willpower. Fight or flight response speeds up your reactions, but pause and plan instinct makes you slow down and think. The main source of the willpower instinct is the prefrontal cortex. When the prefrontal cortex detects internal conflict, it sends signal to other parts of the brain to regulate heartbeat, breathing, and blood pressure. In fight or flight, these functions speed up, but in pause and plan, they all slow down. You need to calm down to think. That's why your heartbeat becomes slow and your blood pressure remains normal. Your muscles relax and your lungs breathe deeply. Pause and plan instinct gives you time to reflect on what action to take. In our story earlier, the pause and plan happens when you're already in front of the chocolate donuts. You are thinking whether to buy or to walk out of the store. Remember the times when you had internal conflict. The feeling is very different from fight or flight. In these moments, a few minutes pass by while you keep thinking, should I join my friends to drink? Or should I buy these expensive shoes? Or should I stop browsing and start working already? You stop for a while and think. This is the pause and plan instinct working. Now, why do some people have strong willpower and some do not? Why does your willpower fail sometimes? Any form of stress can bring down your willpower. It can be loneliness, anger, depression, or anxiety. It can also be severe pain or illness. That's why it's important to take care of your body and mind. If you eat healthy, exercise regularly, and sleep well, you will have more willpower. If you take time to relax, do what makes you happy, and be with your loved ones, it is a guarantee that you will have more self-control. One simple habit to increase willpower is deep breathing. Take this story, for example. Nathan is a nurse at a local hospital. It is a rewarding job, but it gets stressful sometimes. He needs to take care of patients and do clerical tasks. Nathan found out that taking a few minutes of slow breathing helps him manage stress. It lets him think clearly and make good decisions when under pressure. It is very effective for him. Nathan shared the technique with his co-workers. The other nurses began to practice slow and deep breathing before talking to a patient's family. They also used it to refresh themselves during long shifts, as well as in emergency situations. Nathan also suggested the breathing exercise to the patients. It helps them relax during stressful medical procedures and endure pain. Breathing slow and deep gives the patients more willpower to fight the sickness. Another technique to increase willpower is exercise. Take this example. 2 researchers from Australia are studying a new treatment for self-control. The result they got is truly amazing. 18 women and 6 men participated in the research. Their age range is between 18 to 50 years old. The researchers asked them to undergo the new treatment. In just 2 months, the participants showed significant improvement. The participants noticed that they could focus more and ignore distractions. They reduced their intake of alcohol, cigarettes, and coffee. They started to eat more healthy food and less fast food. This is even though no one told them to do so. The participants also noticed that they spent more time reading rather than watching TV. They were also able to save more money. They were not easily attracted to buy like before. The participants also felt like they could control their anger more. they also became more motivated to work. What is this new treatment? What makes it so amazing? Where can everyone get it? The truth is that the new treatment that the researchers studied is simply doing exercise. That's it. All of the participants had no physical activity before the study. What the researchers did was to give the participants free membership to the nearest gym. They encouraged the men and women to exercise regularly. In the first month, they exercised once a week. In the second month, they went to the gym 3 times a week. The researchers did not tell these people to change anything in their daily routines except for the exercise. But it seems like the regular physical activity had a good effect on their self-control. They were able to replace bad habits with many good ones. Exercise is like the wonder drug you can take to increase your self-control. 10 different studies all concluded that 5-minute exercise routines are way more effective than 1 hour of intense gym session. Even if you walk around the block for 5 minutes, it will lighten up your mood and help you cope up with stress. It's a quick fix. In fact, any physical activity is good. You can do yoga, swim, dance, do gardening, run with your dog, clean the house, or play with your kids. If you are having a long day, if you are too stressed out, just do a 5-minute willpower exercise. You will surely feel better. Antonio is 54 years old. He is an owner of 2 Italian restaurants. He has high cholesterol and high blood pressure. He is a little overweight. The doctor told him that if he is not going to change his lifestyle, he will probably suffer a heart attack. Antonio has a treadmill at home, but he never uses it. He thinks that exercise is just a waste of time. He cannot add it to his busy schedule. But then he learned about the idea that exercise increases willpower. Antonio is a competitive man. If exercise can improve his performance, then he better try it. What Antonio did is to write the word willpower on a sticky note, and he taped it on his treadmill's calorie tracker. As he spent more time on the treadmill, he burned more calories, and his willpower level strikes up. Antonio felt stronger. He committed to exercise on the treadmill every morning so that he had more willpower the entire day. After 2 months, Antonio's health improved greatly. His cholesterol levels and blood pressure got better. He also lost several pounds. Aside from this, Antonio felt more energized. He felt better at fulfilling all his responsibilities. Here is a fact. Being sleep-deprived makes you weak against cravings and temptation. It also makes it hard for you to focus and control your emotions. When you lack sleep, your cells find it difficult to absorb sugar in the blood. That is why you have less energy and you feel tired. Because your blood sugar is low, your body and brain signal for more energy. That is why you crave for coffee or sweets. The prefrontal cortex is in a bad state because it badly needs energy. During this time, you are more likely to act like Phineas Gage or Incredible Hulk. You lose self-control. Even when you lack 1 day of good sleep, you tend to overreact to simple everyday stress like, for example, the traffic or a long line at the grocery. Because the prefrontal balance is impaired, it cannot balance with the fight or flight instinct and the stress hormones. The good news is that this can easily be repaired. If you sleep from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. every night, it is very beneficial for your brain and body. Enough sleep is actually therapeutic, even for recovering drug addicts. Doctors encourage them to sleep early. Even 1 hour of added sleep helps drug addicts to have more self-control. Lisa is 29 years old. She always stays up late at night. She lives alone in her apartment, and that's why there's no one to remind her to sleep early. The result is that she wakes up in the morning feeling groggy. She feels tired, even though she just woke up. She drags herself to the office. Lisa drinks a large cup of coffee so that she will be more energized. But still, she gets sleepy at work. Sometimes, at meetings, she falls asleep, which is so embarrassing for her. At 5 p.m., Lisa goes home. By that time, she already feels really exhausted and irritated. She always craves French fries and a cheeseburger. Lisa buys fast food every day on the way home. She learned that enough sleep improves willpower. That is why she decided to try. On the first week, Lisa didn't make it. At dinner, she told herself, "I will sleep early tonight." But 11 p.m. comes and she is still awake. Lisa checks her email, watches TV, and browses on her social media. There is always that one thing which she feels she needs to do before sleeping. On the next week, Lisa made a new rule for herself. That is, turning off all gadgets and electronic devices after dinner. She takes a shower and relaxes herself on the bed. This time, Lisa found it easier to sleep by 10 p.m. After 1 month, Lisa is already getting 7 hours of sleep every night. She is not tempted anymore to go back to her old habits. She feels good in the morning and she is alert at work. Eventually, Lisa also cut down on coffee and fast food. Willpower is like a muscle. You need to practice it and train it. But if you have too many activities in a day, your willpower can become less and less. Just like any muscle, your willpower can be overworked. It needs rest. You can take a nap or meditate for a while. In this way, you'll feel refreshed. Your willpower will become stronger than ever. In this book, you learned about willpower. You learned about the pause and plan instinct. You learned the positive effects of exercise, enough sleep, and deep breathing in your self-control. You are not powerless against your impulsive urges and selfish desires. You know you can beat them and become a better person. So remember to keep your mind and body healthy so that you will have great willpower. If you love this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content. Thank you for watching.